You ready? You good? Are we recording on there? We recording on there? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fully Lacking podcast. This is episode 8. Ocho for our Spanish watchers.
All
one of them. Welcome back to the Fully Lacking podcast. I am Drew. This is my co-host, co-creator, Anthony, and we would not be complete without the woman behind the lens and the board, producer Lisa. Did I say it right?
No.
What did I say?
You fumbled the bag on producer right there.
No.
But you said
You're
like
producer.
you said producer, I think.
Yeah, producer.
Per diem. Wait. Wait. Watch my mouth, Anthony. You're going to tell me anyways. Look, I'm sorry.
Lisa. Producer Lisa, that is the completion, full circle, the tripod of your Fully Lacking team. What's up, dude?
Oh, man.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
Good. You walked in with a lot of energy today.
Yeah, I had it's a good morning. I had an eventful morning. I was at the gym today.
How'd that go?
Well, it was good until I almost died.
All right, please say more. I need to know. Expeditiously, I need to know what happened.
I was leg day,
okay.
And I was using the squat machine because I'm not of the cloth to be using the squats without the machine, and you'll find out in a few seconds why.
Okay.
So I had taken a break from the gym for about a week.
My bad on that.
No, that wasn't due to you.
Okay.
But so I had started going again this week, and it was leg day. And leg day, I'm relatively new to. In case you've seen my chicken legs, I'm new to it in general. Mm-hmm. So I'm still building up my confidence in that area. So I'm at the squat machine, and I'm like, well, let me put on a little bit of extra weight. And so I did. And so I'm there, and then it gets the 6th or 7th rep. It gets a little too heavy. I just find myself folding up like a lawn chair.
Oh, no. No.
There wasn't many people in there to save me or watching. And I had too much pride to say, help me, please. So I just tried to roll it, and I swear to God, I was about the bar and my feet were about 3 feet apart.
Oh, wow.
I was just kind of like, I was crumpled up, bro.
So what did you do? How did you solve that problem?
I was just able to, muster the last of my life spirit to twist the bar to catch it.
Well, don't they have like recovery bars? Like, isn't there like safety bars?
Well, there's recovery bars all the way down, but I wasn't trying to see what my spine does whenever I hit the last recovery bar, bro. I think
what you're supposed to do. And I know I'm a big dude, and maybe I shouldn't be speaking on this, but I've been in the gym.
You were in the football team and stuff, right?
Yeah, I played football a lot. I surprisingly, I did work out quite a bit in my younger days. And if you're trying to go up and you don't get it, you're supposed to like dip your head and like slide out.
Okay.
You are supposed to go down though.
Yeah.
Because those bars are there for that reason.
And I essentially did go down involuntarily and then dip out. So.
And then you kind of just put your hands, your arms, your hands. You kind of put your hands on the bar there and just suffer in defeat. I've been there before.
Yeah, it was embarrassing, but I had a little bit of a comeback with that, so I was able to finish my workout.
All right.
Last weekend, I think, was pretty eventful for all of us.
Memorial Day weekend,
which in Cruces and in our area means the Winefest.
Winefest.
And
Dusty filled. Alcohol samples.
Wind.
Overpriced glasses of wine.
Coordination to
avoid
crossing parties.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, that's one. That's one listen.
Early on.
I'm catching myself.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really paint that, how you guys had to coordinate, but I think it was done very well because you did not arrive at the time you thought you were going to.
Yeah, that wasn't planned. And I don't know if the person who I went with watches this, but she did not communicate with me that she was going to have an extra hour added on to whatever she was doing before. And we got there like at 4:00 and it closes at 6. So I wasn't too happy with that.
You got like the leftover wine. Yeah, I didn't really go. I took producer Lisa and her friend, and then me and Rupus went, and we like did like a daddy Sunday, and we went and got snacks. And God, Rupus, what a guy, huh? Yeah. Not to be confused with Lupus. But yeah, Rupus and me, we went and watched the movie Garfield.
Oh.
He thought it was hilarious. The sheer like excitement in this kid's just scene after scene. He swears it's a lion. He's like, dude, that's a tiger, Dad. He has stripes. Nah, Rupus, you're dumb.
It definitely changes the plot of the movie whenever
Come
it's
on,
a
dude.
lion that eats lasagna.
Don't walk past the fact they called my 6-year-old son dumb. That was a real moment I just had. It's supposed to be funny. Now people just think it's normal for you to hear me say that.
No, I mean,
Where's the shock value? Oh no,
he's pretty young.
He's pretty dumb.
No,
like,
that's your own insecurities. You gotta relax.
I was joking.
I know that kid's potential.
Yeah,
I see him often.
He's a smart kid.
Just his feline knowledge needs a little fine.
Going through life with the name Rupus, it's hard on you.
That was probably y'all's biggest mistake as parents, if I'm being honest.
No.
And y'all are really good parents, but what were y'all smoking to really put that on a birth certificate?
Yeah, we're smoking something. Me and him did that. I picked up her and her friend after. We went to dinner with her friend. One of my buddies showed up. Great dinner, great conversation. And then the next day we woke up and I did you came over.
I did come over.
And I was changing the brake pads and rotors on my truck. Well, it's funny because, and this for anybody who has a truck or a truck. Yeah, it can't be a car. It could be a car, I guess. I don't know. SUV maybe. It's not hard to work on them. It's kind of hard to get them off the ground, And I had a 3-pound floor jack. I had but I still needed. I did it a little MacGyver-y. I put a couple 2x10s on top of that floor jack, jacked it up. I got it done. My hammies were screaming the next 3 days. I mean, I was so sore, dude, because I didn't also want to get crushed by the truck. So I squatted the whole time I was doing this work. Yeah, brakes and rotors, got it done. My legs were sore the next 3 days because I don't want to get crushed by the truck. So I squatted the whole time. It was only until the driver's side, the passenger side, that Lisa was like, hey, why not sit on something? So I did. Felt better. Yeah. I got a bunch of injuries though. I got a bunch of injuries working on my truck.
I feel like even though you weren't working on it while I was there, that moment spawned a lot of dead dad conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Because, your fear of just dying accidentally, and then my dead dad envy because you were taught car stuff.
Yeah, no. You know what? It's perfect that you brought this up because I wanted to talk about this actually. Your dad dying the way he did, there's no comparison. Because you were still very impressionable. How old were you?
13.
Oh, dude, that was right when life started for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, I just so happened to learn car stuff from him. Because, my grandpa owned a Chevron station in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where I was raised. My dad worked for him. My dad ended up meeting my mom there, right? Because she sold cars at the lot next to them, whatever. So my dad knew how to work on cars. And it wasn't like he directly taught me. It's just I stood next to him a lot of the times. You know what I mean? And from the age of 6 to 11, I learned a lot about cars. And I'm not her producer Lisa's dad is a true 25-year master mechanic. The dude can do anything. I remember I couldn't get the oil nut off my oil can my oil pan one night. And I was so pissed because I can't tell you how many times I've changed oil in my life. I used to work for Jiffy Lube. I've done it so many times. I was so mad. And she's like, I'm just going to, she just disappeared for a little bit. And then she came back and she kind of squatted down under the truck and had the phone. And she was FaceTiming her dad. And he's like, you're turning it the wrong way. And I swear, bro, I freaking flipped the switch on that ratchet. It's all... Oh, I was like, mother. Thanks, Mel. I had to be so thankful, but I was so mad. I swore. I was like, dude, this nut is stripped in there. It's cooked. Nah. Anyways, that was a tangent. There should be no envy, right? Because you probably have acquired things that I could never dream of acquiring talents to do. I mean that. Me and you are polar opposites for sure. In the best way possible. We're not in a bad way. But I feel because your dad left you at such a young age, you truly, in my opinion, and I'm not glazing you here, right? In my opinion, you are much more of a stable human than I am. I mean that. And I think it's because you had to figure things out at a much younger age than I did. Because I had both parents. Now, were they there? Not really. Was I there for them to parent? Not really. But they were there, right? Like, you truly lost that at that young age. That's my opinion. You're like, I envy, like, the foundation you've built at such a young age, having to do that.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. That was a real moment, too. And I'm not gassing you. I'm being honest.
I believe in your sincerity.
Are we seeing this, Mike? I mean, every 2 seconds, it's just dropping more and more. Anyways, go ahead.
It's like going through puberty.
Jeez Louise.
You're seeing the product of maybe things that happened later in my life. Yeah. I think I was pretty messy from that period all the way into my late 20s. Yeah. And it's crazy to think because it's such a long period of time. Mm. And I don't want to stay on this too long, but I mean, there's just there's things I learned, but I didn't have to learn it that way. It's really like, you know, when people justify like spanking, it's like whenever I was growing up, I got spanked, and that's how I learned this. It's like, well, sure, but like there's other ways you could have learned it without spanking. Like that's such a stupid argument.
Absolute violence on a child. Yeah.
Like whatever, but I mean it's crazy because the period I lost him in was like 2001. And it was kind of like, I don't know, listening to a lot of Eminem back then.
Oh, yeah, that's right, when you got big.
That was at Eminem's peak.
Yeah.
And so now we were just texting about that new song. Or is it an old song? I don't know what to do with him anymore, bro.
Dude, listen. Mad respect to your dad, by the way. I bet you he was a cool guy.
Quick story. Yeah, let me merge these in a little bit.
I'm so down, dude.
I don't know if I had shared this with you before, but my mom wanted my dad to listen to Marshall Mathers LP with me because she wasn't sure how raunchy that album was going to be.
Oh no.
And it was indeed raunchy. You're familiar with that, right?
One of the worst.
At that time, it was one of the worst.
Yep.
So my dad's there listening. I'm listening to it for the first time too. He listened to it all the way through, and he's good to go. He can listen to that. My dad was just laughing at the skits with me.
Oh my God.
And it probably wasn't the best decision on his part as a dad.
Yeah, but it's also like a cool dad decision.
Yeah.
He knew that album was inappropriate for you.
Yeah, he was just there laughing with me.
For sure. Yeah, no, that album was crazy. I have a problem with your text yesterday.
Because I said it was a wiggety wack?
The fact that you said that made me like, all right, dude, I'm not going to talk to you anymore at all about this. Let me say my grace on this. Let me say my piece on this. This song just dropped on the 31st, so that's yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? What Eminem has established, Eminem has accomplished in his career is, and I know we'll agree on this.
Yeah.
Is leaps and bounds beyond anything I think anybody could imagine. Right? That guy did things for music in general. Right? He created space to be a true creative again. Like he did things that were unorthodox and absolutely appalling and like shock value and cringy and hilarious and comedic and sad. And he did all these things in this way. And he then grew up and he got sober and he did all these things through sobriety, and his music changed for sure. The reason that I was such a huge fan of Eminem's new song, it's called Houdini, it dropped on the 31st, by the way, is because he was able to, in my opinion, successfully merge the two. He absolutely took like that cringy stuff from back then, because that Houdini thing, that was one, it just happened to be like, this is going to be, I think, his last run, maybe. But also it was like, there was something that was like Houdini, I don't know if he was born or he died. Something happened on this date with Houdini on the date it was released. Something like that, right? There was a lot of...
That'd be interesting. I want to look that up.
No, true. Yeah. I can't remember when I was reading on it. I was very excited about this release. I'm a huge Eminem fan, just for like the artist he is, and the things he's done. But nonetheless, what he did was he took this nostalgic shady and he wrapped it in this Eminem Marshall Mathers character, and he merged the two. If you didn't see the video is hilarious. I mean, what it does is and I watched it. The symbolism of like him climbing up the building and like falling and having to readjust is like symbolizing his age too, right?
Yeah.
And like there's just so many things that happened that it's like then and now. And then also like the things that he was saying in the song were absolutely Eminem-esque that would 100% not be allowed in this generation. Like, you can't say things are gay. It's something you don't do, right? Because that's immediately a derogatory, and there's nothing wrong with being gay. There's nothing wrong with those things. But what happened is coming up in the 80s and 90s, I mean, people they've turned this term into a derogatory regardless, right? And so people don't say stuff like that anymore. Even in battles, we were watching a battle with you and Lowell Savage the other day, and he dropped an F-bomb. It's not the normal F-bomb you would think. That would be different now, right?
Yeah.
Those things have changed, and in no way is it okay to say these things in any means. But what I'm saying is, that's what Eminem was known for back in the day, was saying really appalling things. And he brought to light the fact that this is how people are in their living room when there's no one around. And I'm just going to be honest, because I am who I am.
Those are both literally bars from him, aren't they?
Yeah, basically.
I'm just saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think that was off of My Name Is. Was it My Name Is? No, it was I want to say The Real Slim Shady.
Please stand
and then
up,
yeah, that was I'm just saying what you're saying
and
about the balls to say it in front of y'all, and then I am whatever you say. Look, it's you. Those are some little Easter eggs that I uncovered.
But yeah, that's good. My long tangent, right? And then obviously you could say how whack it was. I may have maybe imposed on your opinion or not. I don't know. But my long tangent is coming back to the point that it's cool to see him still be able to be him, right? That's truly what artistic expression should be. I mean, does he do it in the most pleasing way? To some, yes. To the majority, no. It doesn't matter, dude. Like, that's what makes music great. That's what makes art great. That's what makes our country great, is the fact that you truly get to be, regardless if it's good or bad, whoever the hell you want to be, right? And I think that musically, Eminem, he grabbed that and he truly like embodied it. That was why I was excited for this song. Much less about the whole the risky things he was saying, but more so the fact that like he brought like this nostalgia back, but also did it in a very present tense way. That's why I liked it.
There's just a part of me that wonders if he's been coasting off nostalgia for a while. And I know we've had the conversation in previous podcasts around replayability, and you brought up, he was played everywhere. I think my point is, though, is that there's been a sort of lack of maturity for his music as he's gotten older that just doesn't sit well with me when he's 50 plus. He's 51. And it's like, all right, I get the themes of merging old and new. I get it. I watched the video.
Yeah.
I wanted to give it an honest chance, and also for the possibility of debating with you in case it was wiggity whack.
That's what you said. You texted me that. I wish I could show the camera.
Yeah, so I mean, we probably can take a little screenshot or whatever.
Who texts like that?
Yeah,
who texts things like
that? I've only used it for this instance because it was calling my name. You know, he's a top tier rapper. You know, the rhymes were great. It's just I don't know. I'm burnt out on him. Maybe that's the issue.
But and then I'll put this baby to bed. I won't talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Eminem was serious for a while. He did mature. He made songs like that song Beautiful, and he made songs on the Marshall Mathers LP3 or whatever it was with his mom, and he did all these things that showed true growth. And people are like, it's trash. We want the old Slim Shady back.
I kind of enjoyed Marshall Mathers LP2.
I loved it.
Kind of.
I love it because it shows a bit of maturity.
It revisited those topics in a mature light, you know?
Yeah. And wiggity whack though. Listen, do you send bad messages to people a lot?
No.
Are you not good at texting or sending messages?
Don't do that.
Are you?
Don't do that. Look, you are generalizing one text of mine.
No.
All different messages of ours don't always reflect that.
But I think do you catch yourself? Do you catch yourself?
That hurts you.
Do you catch yourself messing up?
Show me where that text hurt you.
What I'm asking is, do you catch yourself losing friendships over things you text?
I'm not the best texter. That's what you're asking.
You have to have an example.
Did I almost lose you as a friend?
Not me.
Over that text?
You're in the dating world, bro. You got to be really up on your texting. See, why'd you look at me like that?
Because I know where you're going. I know where you're going with this.
What are you saying?
You're bringing up the how I got burned. That wasn't because of bad texting. Look, dating apps are a cruel world, right?
I wouldn't know.
And
I met my girl the traditional way on MySpace.
Alto Park.
Just playing. Alto Park, no. It was on the other side of the river.
Gotcha.
Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah,
Tell me about the Usher experience you had.
I see what you did there.
Mm-hmm.
Look, first of all, dating apps are a cold world. First of all, those apps use algorithms just like social media apps do. They limit your exposure. They cause you to question yourself. So you when you get matches, you really try to make the most of them, or I try to really make the most of them.
Okay.
But then you start to see things that occur, and you have to be able to look at, is this person right for me? Is this person compatible? And if they're not, I almost wasn't a gentleman because Lisa was like, hey, did you send a text saying this? And I was going to ghost.
You weren't gonna send anything.
I wasn't going to send anything.
What were we? I want to remember what meal were we eating that night? What were we eating?
That was
it steak?
No.
I think it was chicken.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Barbecue chicken, maybe?
Barbecue chicken, yeah, because I put it on the grill. The reason I want to remember that is because I want you to always think about this girl when you eat barbecue chicken.
I don't want to do that. That's not cool.
Every time I eat barbecue chicken for the rest of my life, I'm like, dang, remember when you almost...
Look, I was doing the noble thing because of a good friend's advice.
You weren't doing the noble thing.
Because of a good friend's advice. Okay. Relax.
All right. So
relax.
I blacked out.
I was doing the noble thing because of a good friend's advice. So I sent the text message of, hey, I don't think we're a good match. I wish you the best of luck. And then what I got back hurt my soul because hurt people. And I guess I hurt her and then she hurt me back. So what she said was, I couldn't agree more, ! No, you didn't feel that way prior to the text. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that, ma'am. But
I couldn't agree more.
That's just so extra. And I was very respectful in that text.
That was a deep cut.
And that's kind of why I'm hesitant on sending those messages. And I've had to send one more since then. It's just not working out. I tried my best.
What was the other one?
It was just similar.
How did they accept it?
Look, I don't want to...
Was it bad?
We got to talk about that here?
Yeah, let's do it. Was it bad?
I didn't look. I archived the message right away, and I haven't looked since.
Do you know? No, this is a live. We got to see it.
All right.
What if she's not there anymore? She blocked them?
I couldn't agree
more.
No,
it's WhatsApp. So you...
Is what she said.
I know.
You archived it?
Yeah, I archived it.
Dude, you were... Okay, let's see. Hold on.
That's not that bad.
What'd she say?
Hey, Anthony, I actually agree with you. Wish you the best as well. Wait, it's what? Good. That's mutual.
She said, "I actually agree with you."
I actually agree with you. Wish you the best as well. It felt more sincere.
Was that the girl we had the conversation?
Yeah,
about?
We did.
I'm not going to talk about your dating life.
Over here.
I'm not going to talk about the man you are. I am going to tell you one thing and one thing only. I ran my own experiment.
We
ran my own experiment.
Okay. So let's give some context.
I was gone for 1 week.
Yeah.
We were wilding out.
We had a... Yeah, okay. Do you want to explain it? You explain it.
So I'll tell you what I think after a video chat that didn't go as planned, I called Drew probably about midnight.
It was very late.
But then you called me right away.
Yeah.
And so then we talked, and I was just like, I don't know. Am I being too picky? Are my standards too high? Am I ugly? Do I have a 5 head? You know? And so then Drew was like, well, let me do some research.
All right.
Let me you have the nice podcast picture you took, which I do have on dating profiles and social media. And you're like, let me just send it out
to some friends, some female friends who are single, right?
Uh-huh.
And I said, I'm going to send these pictures out. I'm going to say, hey, will you do me a favor? An honest rate of this person, just off the picture, just give it to me. I'm trying to figure it out. Because what we're trying to know, and we're still kind of undecided a little bit, is if he is picky, but he has no business being picky. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, are you really a 4 judging 7s?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so what I did was I sent it to about 4 or 5 friends, all single friends. I wonder if I could... No, I can't say their names because I promised them I wouldn't tell them their names.
Yeah, keep them anonymous.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you that. I will tell you later because you're probably like, what bitches are you talking about? But they're also your friends, so you're good. And so I sent them these pictures, and I will tell you the results. One of them said, and I'm paraphrasing here, right? One of them said he looks quiet, kind of like a cute nerd.
Oh, see,
Well,
so
hold
I
on.
didn't
No.
Sorry to interrupt you.
You gotta.
I'm not
enjoy
reacting to this. I am hearing the descriptors.
Correct.
Correct. All I got was a number when we first chatted.
Correct.
Which was
correct.
a number that confirmed what I was thinking.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that at the end.
And they said a 7.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And then another one said, "You know what kind of men I like? I like bad boys." He's a 6 or 7. And then another one said, "Not my type. He's a 1."
Not the one. In case you misheard,
not the,
that
yeah,
was
not
A1.
the one. She said A1, and so that, and then
And not like
wanna
steak
say-
sauce A1. It's just the number 1,
Yeah.
the loneliest number.
And then I want to say another one said, like a 7. Like they were right around 7s is what you got,
Yeah.
right? I've never listen. I have to.
I don't know where you're going with this, so I'm going to clap at the risk of it not going well.
I have to tell you that was a very bold thing for you to do, to put yourself out there like that.
I was nervous.
Because I will say that, like my girlfriend, producer Lisa, I don't have very many ugly people in my life, right? These were all beautiful people in their own sense, right? So I literally shot out your picture to people who were definitely not in your league, and you got fair ratings back, other than the one girl who said you were a 1. This is what I will tell you. My hypothesis was correct. I had a hard time rating you because I know you personally. I'd give you a 12 because I love you, right? Absolutely. And so, but with that being said, hypothesis was right around the 8.5. I had you at 8.5. You know what I mean? An 8.5 is a strong rating in this day and age. It's also like a statement. I'm an 8. What if a wiener was an 8? That's a wiener, dude. That's a unit. Yeah, take that 8 with pride. So you got a 7, 7.5.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
It is.
You're 37.
Yeah.
These women were far in their early, like late 20s. You're good.
Yeah. I appreciated you taking that journey with me because it was a scary one. And I did hesitate quite a bit on, should I get some ratings and reviews for myself just at random and kind of submit myself? Because there's not a Kelly Blue Book for like you on the dating market. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yes.
It's like, yeah, like maybe a little bit got bumped up on the outside but has a nice interior. Like that would be me. You feel me? But
you have a nice interior. Are you a cuddler?
I feel like I'm an Olympic level cuddler. I got unusually long arms.
You do have long arms.
And
I've noticed it about you the first day I met you.
It was a positive kind of validating experience. I almost posted this on Facebook, but I'll say it here. I was literally in therapy having a similar conversation with my therapist, and I'm like, I know I'm not Brad Pitt, but I'm also not Steve Buscemi. You know? Like
Who is Steve Buscemi? Is that like Bobby Boucher's brother?
Yeah, he's in the Adam Sandler movies. He looks like he's on meth. Yeah. I was like, I know I'm not him. I know I'm somewhere in the gray area.
Yeah.
So that was nice. But getting those reviews in kind of was an interesting experience. And we can share a review here with our movie, our little bromance movie date. You feel me? That was super interesting.
I think that movie was confusing because it didn't really have like a forward, middle, end.
We came and we probably missed the first 5 minutes. Honestly, the first 5 minutes.
Look at how producer Lisa's looking at you right now. That's a big deal for me, huh?
Being late?
Missing the previews, being late.
You know, he was well, you were present for that. He was super chill, I feel like. But I don't know how it impacted. I don't think it could have impacted that much. As soon as we got there, I don't think I ever got my feet on solid ground on what was happening in that movie. Like, honest to God.
But I also don't know if it was supposed to be a serious movie or not.
That too. It felt like a parody to some sort of satirical movie, but it also just felt like bad acting, bad writing, and
I
bad
want to
plot.
say it was a remake. Producer Lisa, can you look up and see if Fall Guy was a remake?
That might be an interesting
I wonder
point.
if it was a remake.
And I like Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
That's who is in it, right?
He's a looker. Yeah.
Yeah, we probably spend more time talking about like, oh, look at this guy.
He was shredded, dude.
Yeah, man.
He was a tank. Was it a remake?
It's a movie based on a show from the 80s.
Huh. Interesting.
What kind of, was it a comedy or something?
It doesn't say.
The show? I wonder what if the show was like busy.
Leave in the comments if you're familiar with what the Fall Guy is about, or if you understood it, because me and Drew were lost for the whole movie.
Yeah, we talked a lot. It was good because we're the only ones in there.
We're the only ones in the theater.
We should do that. We should do that more.
I am down.
Yeah. Is it okay if I go hang out with him?
That's fine. It was an action TV show.
Okay.
Huh.
Also, yeah, let's talk about that because I know you're about to bring it up.
The movie at the end had a bunch of credits for stuntmen. And I would say it had a bunch of really cool, interesting stunts. If there's anything, I think we
the
commented.
Boats, yeah.
The boat stuff, the spinning drive trailer thing. I don't know how you describe it.
When they rolled the cars, like they actually do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's wild to me. Like those stuntmen are like absolutely underappreciated.
They went through it.
That has to be the reasoning for that movie, like for that show. Like those people are never highlighted. They're probably highlighted in the industry behind the scenes, right? Like how they made it seem like he was, right? Like, oh, he's the guy we need for the job type thing.
Yeah.
But then again, it was kind of like a twist anyways. It wasn't actually because he was a good stuntman, even though he was. It was more so like
some sort of love.
They were setting him up.
Story, yeah.
But that's the one thing that I got out of it, other than like there was funny things, but the best part of that movie were the action scenes. For sure.
Oh, for sure.
But I got out of the fact that like, dude, stuntmen do not get enough dap. Tom Cruise, Jackie Chan don't get enough dap for them doing their own stunts.
And Tom Cruise has been doing like a Mission Impossible like 35,
dude,
at age like 60.
The directors of those movies will like have open conversations about how they've begged him to stop.
I think it's all those Scientology tricks, bro.
Bro, have you seen some of those stunts he does? Like, he drives a crotch rocket, like a bike off a cliff, and he parachutes down like 30,000 feet or something. I mean, something dumb. He does that. They actually filmed him doing those things. What? That's Tom Cruise. All I'm saying, dude, is that's wild to me.
It's just too much. I can't drive a motorcycle on a regular road. Like without
you don't drive one. You've never.
Those scare me.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about like roller coasters and our fears.
Oh yeah.
Things like going.
With
like, there's just no safety with a motorcycle. Like you're at the.
It's true.
Jesus literally took the wheel. You know, like.
Well, there's not a wheel on there.
Exactly, because he took.
Did they call it driving a motorcycle or riding a motorcycle?
Riding.
But you're driving it.
Uh-huh.
That's always been confusing to me. No disrespect. I don't want to get jumped. But I mean my review for that movie would be confusing but shockingly entertaining.
We checked. We thought Rotten Tomatoes was gonna kill
was
that
like
movie,
90%.
bro. We were thinking 27%.
It was 90%, 89% on Rotten Tomatoes,
That's
which
crazy.
was insane to me, bro.
Ridiculous.
That's why I was like, there has to be something else to this. Like, a lot of the movie buffs are the reasons that Rotten Tomatoes is such a standing whatever. But
what are we missing? What are we not getting?
I don't know, dude. Those reviews are hard to look through. I will tell you that.
What are you missing in not subscribing to us and not following our socials?
I agree.
Isn't that a legit question?
Yeah, I think I can answer it.
Okay.
I can answer it, co-host, co-creator.
Yeah.
They're missing happiness.
Yeah.
They're missing uncontrollable enjoyment.
Grown folks talking about topics that apply to you.
They're missing foundational stability.
Dead dads.
They're missing. Yeah, well, we're missing our dads.
We miss them.
Literally, I don't know.
But you're missing the jokes about our dead
dads.
dads.
Yeah, dude. Like, come on, bro. Don't let my dad die in vain. Come laugh at him with me. Come on, dude. I haven't even started with the dead sister jokes yet. Come on, dude.
That would be next level.
We're warming up, bro. Warming up.
We need you at this time to follow us on Facebook.
Correct.
Follow us on Instagram.
Correct.
Follow us on TikTok.
Please.
Follow us on
MySpace.
MySpace.
And for the single ladies out there, follow him on Tinder. Are you on Tinder?
Follow me on Bumble.
Bumble.
Follow me on Hinge.
Grindr. No?
That's just you, bro.
All right. Oh, yeah. Because there's for sure. Maybe I am on Grindr. Maybe I'll find a dude.
You'll find me.
Hey! Anyways.
But you also need to hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the alert system.
Yep.
However that YouTube stuff works. I'm getting old. He's getting old, not as quickly, though.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I'm behind him.
Well, maybe don't look at this. His grays are really showing. We were talking about that the other
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
This dude's aging. This dude's aging crazy, folks. I am the older one here.
He is.
If you have not noticed, but he has the youth and exuberance of the younger one. So
Hello.
But we are the Fully Lacking Podcast. We love you. Goodbye.